everybody, welcome back to Dead Car Rescue. I'm Steve, and this is a 1973 Thunderbird 429 automatic. You've seen this before because I did a video on this car. I found this thing over a year ago. Long story short, 27,000 miles. Grandma died, and this is been pulled outside and set in the elements. My grandson got it, drove it a little bit, traded it back to me because he couldn't afford the gas. And I got it back. And I've let it sit outside for probably 6 months. And went out and cranked it the other day just to check the antifreeze and stuff. The water pump's locked up. So I ordered a water pump, got it over there on the workbench. All I need from you guys. I'm not one to ask a lot, but listen to me, hear me out. The toolbox is right there. That red one and the blue one. There's all the tools you're gonna need to change this water pump. Go to the toolbox and just help yourself. And you guys get it. There's like, hey, it's an easy water pump to do, trust me. I bet there's like 4 bolts is all holds that water pump on. You can have it changed in 15 minutes, I guarantee you. So I'm gonna leave y'all to do this. I've got somewhere to go right now, but I'll be back. Hey, wait. Don't go. Wait, come here. Come on, guys. Crap. Can't even see that bottom bolt. And I can't turn the water pump so I can see it better. I've got 3 of them out. This one here is going to be the last one. I told you it wasn't but 4 bolts. Okay. I got it loose, but it won't come out because it's fan shroud. All right, got to take the fan shroud loose. Okay, let's see if we can get it out of here one piece. There you go. Go ahead and get this out of the way. This top radiator hose. It's got the original clamps on it that come out of the factory with on these Fords. It's those kind of wire looking clamps like this, see? That means it's never been into. There you go. Wait, that's nasty. I'm gonna say these are one-time clamps. You just use them once. After they get old like this, you just take them off, replace them. Are we gonna use this again? Yeah. There it is. Ow! Ow, 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 ow. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I hit it on the Folgers coffee can right there on my thumbnail. Crap. That fingernail's gonna turn black. I just know it. Boy, that'll make you weak. Dang. Gotta do another one. I'm gonna try something different hand hold. We'll make it come out. So water's coming out of that hole where that bolt came from. So that means we have to put a Teflon out to the tape, the Teflon sealant on every one of those bolts. I just do it on all of them. Clean the bolts up real good before we go back together. You don't have that Teflon on there, you just put the bolt back in by itself, it'll seep water. There it is. There's the boat I've been looking for. All right, there it is. Of course, this one's got a plate on the back of it. I got to take the plate off, clean it up, and mount it to this one. I saved you guys the trouble of watching me put that pan on the back of the water pump and then get all the bolts in the right holes. I had to put thread sealer on every bolt. Not every one, but I did every one. Now, we got all these bolts. It's got to go back. All that stuff's got to go back together the way it came apart. So let's get with it. Let's do it. You don't want to tighten it up too much with this big old ratchet here because it'll snap it off or break those little grooves out. So we're just going to leave it right there. If it leaks, we'll tighten it up later. Okay, good enough. This thing's thirsty. Hey, I can see it. I can see the water. If you can see the water, that's good enough in Arkansas. I want to show you the fuel cell. I put roughly 4 gallons of gas in this thing. My grandson plumbed this thing in after he took the gas tank off. It's basically sitting there tied down with zip ties. So we're going to kind of redo some of that. We're going to kind of bolt this thing down if we can. I don't even know if it's got lugs. Yep, it's got lugs on it. We're just going to have to bolt it down. I think I will put it over here so I'll leave room for the tire and the spare and all. I mean, the spare and the jack and all that. Now you can see the mice have been having a field day here. Yeah. They've been chewing on that wall right there, and I'm sure there's mice in here somewhere. And there's a blower motor. I wonder if it fits this car. Maybe that's why the blower motor's not working. And there's the windshield wiper motor too. And the jack. We're going to put some gas down in that carburetor. And maybe it'll run long enough to pick it up. All right. Truck light works on this thing good. Power seats, tilt wheel. All right, here we go. Look at that power steering pump. Fully. Running a little bit rough. All right, everybody, I got the trunk cleaned out the best I could. There's no rust holes in it anywhere. There's some surface rust, and there's a hole right there where he has mounted this or put this hose through the floor, and one over there. That is the only hose in the whole back end of this thing. It's just a solid car. And there's not even any rust around here either. So, it's kind of hard to find a car. It's not all rusted out. But I'll show you what I did find. So then I just crawled under it to look, and look, there's a gas tank. He said it was leaking from that center hole right there. He said this thing was just pouring gas. When you'd take off, gas would just pour out from under it. And that's why he was using a lot of gas, I'm sure. But let me show you what's going on here. This is the filler neck. Okay. This is all there was. That was around this, and that was all that was holding it. There's another side to this. There's this side, and then it's cut here, or rotted. And then the other side is on this side. It kind of seals it all up. You can see I've been working on this gas tank. There it is. I've got the new sending unit in it. Just got to hook the wire up to it. I got the gasket around the filler neck. And That's done. Look up there. Boy, don't you know that thing was loaded with some wasps at one time or another. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's a big old wasp nest. And while this thing back in the summer, I was mowing around it, bumped up against the back bumper, and I noticed some wasps took off. I didn't know it was that big though. But anyway, I want to show you something. Look at that floor. This thing looks like brand new underneath. Well, almost. No rust. Big old 9-inch Ford rear end. And that gas tank, you know, I guarantee you that's a gas tank come on this thing. And it still looks good. It looked good inside. So, enough about this. Let's go on to something else. Been cleaning the carpets on this thing. The carpets are really in really good shape. Now check the mileage on this car. It's showing 24,000. Could that be 124,000 with carpet this good and a brake pedal that good and a gas pedal that good? I don't know. It's got the metal around it, but the guy told me it was original miles. Grandma's car. Let's see what, if anything in here can tell us anything. All right, was here 6/13/74. But it was, I don't know, for repairs yet, I don't know. Okay, 1974, 1,700 miles in 1974, 3,000 miles 1975. She put 1,300 miles on this thing in just a little over a year. If you're looking at that right there. We'll hang on to this. Some good information right there. Yeah, the guy I bought this thing from, he said, here's the story. He said he pulled this thing out of his mom's carport because his mom had died and they were selling the land and they were getting ready to bulldoze the house down. The car was inside the carport. I don't know how long after she died, but they pulled it out in the yard, out away from the house. They bulldozed the house down, and his son, which was young, like I'm talking about teenager, got this car and got it running and was hot rodding the hell out of it. And he said that one of his neighbors told him that your son come by me in that Thunderbird driving way too fast. And his daddy was afraid he's going to get killed, so he took it away from him. And the car was parked and then I got it. Okay, well, folks, you found out the same time I did about this stuff. All right. I'm still saying it's a 24,000 mile, actual mile car. And that's her name. Marian. Marin. Petite. Pettit. Bought this car. I don't know what she done for a living. Don't know anything about that, but I do know this was her car. All right, let's get the rest of this junk cleaned out of this thing, and then we'll move on to something else. All right, I want to show you this. 73 Ford Thunderbird. Mileage 17,665 miles. And that was January 1998. So January 1998 had 17,665. Vinyl top. I don't know what that meant. They dyed the vinyl top. She have a vinyl top put on it? She did. They didn't do a very good job, did they? Because it's gone now. I'm going to keep all this paperwork with the car in case somebody wants to see that. Kind of document the mileage on it. Now it could be that it's got 124,000 miles on it. I've been fooled before. Let's talk about something. So I've just got my brain fried trying to figure this out. All this white trim down at the bottom on the side here, all that's going to have to be painted over. I'm going to do that with Flexseal. Take a paintbrush and Flexseal and try to bring all that back white. Do the best I can with it. Then we're going to work our way up here. I took these little trim pieces off. Now I do have some rust in here. That's what vinyl tops will do for you. If they'd have just left this window out and not made that little window, it would have been probably like this and would have been okay. So that's what we're going to do. I watched the guy on Pole Barn Garage. He filled these in. You can see that right there. That's what he was talking about on his. It's kind of puffed up right there, but that right there needs to be filled in and sanded off, and then sand the whole top and get it as smooth as we can get it. I did notice there's a little rust hole, and there's one getting ready to start. But that's the only holes I seen in the whole car, except right here. Now you got some rusty, scaly looking stuff, but these little pieces of white vinyl you see in there, it was a vinyl top. I'm not going to take this off, or the trim around the back window. I'm just cutting with a razor knife, and I'm going to lay that, take this all off, all the chrome. I'm going to lay that Flexseal in here and let it just blend its way down in around that. I don't know how long it's going to last. It may last a long time, but then it may not. But that is what it is. And this right here, I'm not going to be able to do much about. I'm going to take some sandpaper and kind of sand it, get all this rough scale off. This is rough. You can see that right there. That's rough. Okay, what I might do, after using that flapper wheel on this, I don't have to have this perfectly sanded smooth. I can take that flapper wheel, go over the whole roof, make it smooth like this, put the Flex Seal over the top of it. Now, I do have these little rusty spots. I think I'm just gonna take a wire brush and brush those up real good. And then, once I clean it up, I'm gonna spray some primer on it. And I'll do this panel first, and then put some primer on this around these edges. Maybe that'll hold it off for a little while longer, and it'll last a little longer before it starts rusting through. Okay, so what we got to do now, we got to get this thing taped off, and we're going to start putting the white Flex Seal on the top of this car and get that done today so we can let it dry overnight. Let's do it. That is my vinyl top job. That's with Flex Seal. I know it's not the prettiest. It don't look like factory, but it looks so much better than it did. You can see little light marks in it and stuff like that. I'm thinking I'm gonna let it dry and just kind of go back over it in spots where I see the little dark spots like right there and there. It looks like somebody painted it on with a paintbrush. I even used a roller and a paintbrush trying to figure it out, but I got this in here pretty secure now. I got it glued with some glue that never come loose. But, you know, I mean, you stand back and it still don't look good. If you stand back a little further, it still don't look good. I got the dash out of the car. It wasn't even bolted down. It was just sitting there, and I found all the screws in the ashtray. So what it was, this dash is done gone crazy. This back part's good. The metal part's good. It's just the padding. So this was all pumped up and it looked like crap. It was kind of like this. I left that on there, but actually it could be cut right there. But it goes all the way up under here. So I'm not going to mess with this no more. I cut this with a grinder or cut off wheel. And I kind of just brushed it down. I don't know what to do with this now. I really don't know what to do with it. Stay tuned. We'll show you what we do. All right, I got the dash in. It's all secure, tightened down, and as you can see, it looks better than it did. Really needs a new padded dash, but oh well, I don't think you can just find one of them anywhere. Probably have to search salvage yards, swap meets, whatever. But other than that, it is what it is. Okay, everybody, there's the muffler that my grandson had on it. It's a Flowmaster. Pretty good sized muffler, but sounds like crap. It's just too loud. I don't like a loud muffler anymore now that I'm older. So this is one I had in my stash, and what we're gonna have to do to make it work, we're gonna have to weld that, just butt it up and weld it, and then we'll have that in right there that will go up in the exhaust pipe hanging under the car. And that's the way it's gonna work for us for this one. All I gotta do is weld it to it. Let's get rid of it, okay? Okay, everyone, I am closing my eyes before I strike an arc. So don't never weld without a helmet unless you're a professional like me. Because I was a welder back when I was 17 or 18. Anyway, I know how to do it. I had my eyes burnt before. Okay, everyone, it's time for us to work on the brakes on this thing. You mash the pedal to the floor. You pump it up and you got a brake pedal. But if you don't, it goes down to almost the floor and then it starts stopping. I tried to bleed the brakes. I bled the back ones. Come up here to bleed the front ones. Was getting no fluid out the caliper. I thought, okay, it's got to be this rubber line. So I ordered new rubber lines and a new master cylinder just in case. Well, I took the line loose up here at the top, thinking, okay, this is bad, I'll just change it. But I hit my brakes and no fluid was coming out the hard line. So I checked it at the master cylinder. No fluid was coming out the hole that supplies fluid to that line right there. So, okay, it's the master cylinder. That's what it is. After all that, so anyway, I've got the new rubber lines, so I'm going to go ahead and put those in there since I've already got them. I've got two new front ones. Now this master cylinder, folks, if you're doing a master cylinder, learn from my mistakes. This had fluid in it, both of them, but it was dirty and nasty, as you can see that. It just looks awful. Well, hidden below the fluid line was all this trash. See that? And this has got it in it too, down at the bottom. You can't see it. So I just added more brake fluid to it and pumped all this crap through the lines, through the hard lines, through the rubber lines, all the way to the brake cylinder, the wheel cylinder on the back. When I bled them, I noticed the fluid was just yucky. I mean, it was dark and it looked like it had bat puke in it. I don't know what it was. But anyway, I did get some brake fluid out the back. Went to the front, it wouldn't work. Couldn't get none. So anyway, I'm changing the master cylinder and the brake lines. Okay, this is my bench bleeding system. I've got these hoses run down into the fluid so it can't draw any air. I could have them above, but once the fluid dripped out, it would suck air back into it. And I don't want that. So anyway, what I made is this self-made bleeding tools. When I pumped until there was no more bubbles coming out. Let's see, after letting it set about 5 minutes, let's see if any bubbles come out of the fluid. Nope. Well, a few did, right there. None now. I'm mashing it all the way in and letting it off. That is bench bleeding in Arkansas. And it's good enough in Arkansas.
It's good enough in Arkansas.
Should be good enough for you. You do what you gotta do when you ain't got nothing to do with. Okay. Let's put this thing on. There. Okay, everybody, we're gonna look it over real good before I take it for a test drive and find out if those brakes are gonna work fine. As you can see, I bent this pulley on the power steering pump, and this hose broke. Had to cut it off and bring the hose on up a little closer. Was a better hose. It could probably use a new one, but it still looks good. It's not cracked anywhere in here. It's running just a little bit rough. I'm gonna say it's probably carburetor wise. I haven't took the carburetor off and done anything to it, but I'm gonna run some seafoam through the gas tank and some carburetor cleaner and see if that helps it any. We got the oil changed in it, everything like that's ready to go under the hood. Antifreeze is checked, that's all good. She don't look bad, folks. I was going to put flood all over this thing, and I haven't decided not to do it, but I did this with flood, okay? See how it looks? A little bit shiny right there. This is flood, and it would do the same thing to this right here. That stuff you just spray it on or roll it on. I used a paintbrush to do that. It levels itself out. I just wanted to see what it would do, and you can see it brings it out kind of shiny. So we might do the whole car once this winter weather watch is over with. The vinyl top, you can see it doesn't look great. That little sunk in spot there, I should have done that better, but I didn't. And around here. But it is what it is. At least it'll hold the water off of the metal when it rains. The exhaust on it, we got one muffler with a turn down. We don't have an exhaust pipe coming all the way out to the back, but that's good enough in Arkansas. I did get the gas tank fixed. The filler neck gasket was bad. The sending unit was bad, and I changed both of those, got it back together. Gas tank looks good. Up underneath the car, it looks like brand new, folks. You've seen that in my videos. But look here out in the sunlight, you can see what I'm talking about. This is brush marks with this stuff. And it is what it is. Is that what they say? That's what I say, ain't it? That's bird poop. This right here, there's nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. The person that buys this car, if I sell it, I'm gonna try to sell it, but if I can't, I'm gonna drive the thing. Tires, brand new. Brand new. Landon said they probably didn't have but a couple of 100 miles if they had that on them. And that was $1,000 worth of tires, and the rims he gave $300 or $200 for those. So the old wheels, I've still got them. I just don't have any hubcaps for them. All the lights work. Every light on it works except for the dash lights. Now the radio light does work, but the dash lights, I cannot find out why they don't work. This window works. This window works as far as power windows. They go by the switch there, and everything's fine there. except for that side. The motor is out of that side over there on that door. Oh, the dash, you can see what I've done to the dash. Now that's not pretty, but it's in there tight, and that's the way we're gonna have to just leave it, unless we can find another dash, different color. We might have to paint it blue with some kind of blue vinyl paint, or maybe just black. I don't know. I think black would look good if it was like a matte black, kind of matte like this. Now the gas gauge is working. I can see it. And this sucker's got a big gas tank, because I put $30 worth in it a while ago, and it brought it between 1/4 and a half tank. Now I just right there at 1/4 of a tank. So we're going to take this thing for a little test spin. That thing's got a hood out there too, buddy, let me tell you. All right, the brakes seem to be working good. Get up here and stop, and we'll get around the curve and see if it pulls to the left or right. Okay, here we go. We're gonna hit the brakes, see what happens. The steering wheel. Didn't even move. Yes. Let's go through the gears. Second. Third. All right. That's at 40 miles an hour, but it's third. Man, she drives like a 1973 brand new car. I do have to get the windshield wiper blades. I forgot to take them with me, so I didn't get to get them today. I went and bought some odds and ends over at the parts store and forgot about those. So. But we're going to get those changed for whoever buys this thing. Man, this thing's so quiet. Folks, this is what it was like when they built cars in '73. They were just big old floating boats. That's what we called them. You put your family in here to take them to town. It was luxury, especially a Thunderbird like this, or a big old Mercury Marquis, or a big old LTD, even the station wagons. They were huge, just like this car. And Lincolns, Cadillacs, I've had them all. This is one of those one-finger jobs, look. You can drive this car with one finger. My pinky. I'm driving this with my pinky finger. Thunderbird from 1973. $25,246 miles. What do you think? Is that the original miles, you think? Could it be possible? I think it could. I do not have the heater fixed. I'm not much for getting down on my back, sliding under that dash. That's where I draw the line. There's times I've got up under a dash at my age, a 70-year-old, got lightheaded, okay? I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do it. So, if I got to sell a car with a heater not working, needing a blower motor, I'm going to make it the price reasonable so you can do a little bit of that stuff yourself if that's what you want to do to it. Who knows? The person that buys this car may say, I don't care nothing about the body. I just want a good engine and transmission from a 67 Ford pickup or something like that. Well, that's a perfect candidate for a rat rod, an old pickup truck, or something like that. And if you fix this thing and had the seats covered and spent, I don't know, a couple $1,000 more on it and got it looking pretty, you wouldn't be able to get your money back. You'd be able to, like if you sold the car for, say, $4,500 and you put $2,000 more in it, that'd be $6,500. You can't get $6,500 off a car like this here in Arkansas. Now you might up north or out on the west coast. Not here. And even with no rust, you know, this thing is practically, looks like brand new underneath. One finger. Got plenty of power. I'm not even nowhere near on the floor. I'm just halfway. I've been trying to ease it around. I don't want to do a burnout on my outro because I want to let that carburetor kind of loosen up a little bit and get some gas flowing through it and get some of that sea foam inside that carburetor, maybe to clean it a little bit and drive it like normal. I don't know what kind of gas mileage. You think this thing would get 10, 12 miles per gallon? I don't know. But boy, it'd be a good car to take on the power tour, or duct tape drags, take it down there, over there, and just cruise. Somebody knows air conditioners could get this air conditioner fixed. It's all there. It's just something's not hooked up. Don't know what. Could need just Freon in it. I don't know. But anyway, I think we did real good on this car. I'm going to have it for sale. I'm going to ask $5,000 our best offer. Before you say that's a lot of money, I've looked at cars just like this, 73 to 76, 77 maybe, and they're like $7,000. I've not seen one under $6,000. So I'm going to ask $5,000 for this, our best offer. Now, if I don't sell it as it is, I'm not going to give it away. It's just too good of a car. I feel like I can just jump in it, go anywhere I want to. That's how good it feels. Tomorrow we're expecting a big, bad snowstorm, ice storm, and we could be down for a week or more. So I probably won't be in the shop doing anything. But I want to get this video out for you guys to watch. If you're snowed in, watch my videos. Hey, I appreciate it. And it helps me out. You watching and your view time makes me money. And I'm just a little guy on Social Security. That's all I make. My wife makes the money, but I don't bother our money. I try to run everything off of YouTube money that I do. I buy my own food, my own gas, stuff like that. So help me out, guys. Watch my videos. Give me a thumbs up. And if you're not watching, turn it on, leave it on, go outside, work the shop. Because they don't know you're not watching. But I want to thank all my subscribers, guys, gals. I appreciate you very much. I want to say goodbye to you. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye, y'all. God bless.
Because right now it does feel like the realest time on the bus. There are people like you and me that, or at least me, I'll be honest with you, UTSA game I paid no attention to.
I got words.